something that this Greenbrier East team makes a goal every season to make sure we get in all 22 games. He wanted to do that, and he wanted to build some confidence for his team. As we've said, a lone senior on this team, they've had some great moments, some great wins this season, beating the likes of St. Albans and South Charleston and others, and they've had some low points as well. So he wants to make sure they're heading into the postseason with plenty of confidence, and so hopefully they should be able to do that with a successful trip here to the Panhandle today and tomorrow, and then finishing up back on Saturday at home, first senior night. In that first meeting back in November, as we said, Greenbrier controlled the action. Caden Stewart scored 32 points in that one of her high points of the whole season came in that game against Hedgesville, so I know her eyes are wide as she comes in here tonight trying to add to that. Nobody scored in double figures for Hedgesville in that opening game. Amelia Fouch was the leading scorer with 6 points, and Lakin Copenhaver pitched in 5 in that win. So Hedgesville hopes it has shown some improvement since that early season matchup. Greenbrier hopes it has as well. So it should be an interesting one tonight here at Hedgesville. We invite you to stay with us here on the Fritz's Farm down. When we come back, it'll be game time here at Hedgesville High School. Stay with us. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478. Or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage, Lewisburg.
I've tried to move my...
Did you hear that? State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Christmas!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The power of three: Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. 3 dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
All right, what do we got here?
Officials for this evening's contest, Miss Christine Glover.
Are you there, Pat?
Mr. Brent Sheely.
Yeah, you're on.
Sorry.
Okay, go on.
We're ready for action here.
3, 2, 1.
We're ready for action here at Hedgesville High School. Greenbrier East wearing its road green uniforms. Hedgesville decked out in its all-white uniforms. Hannah Fuller going to tip in the center circle against Olivia Cooper of Hedgesville. Tip goes to Greenbrier East, and the Spartans control it. They get out on the wing to Ryan White. Now back up top to Kennedy Stewart. Kennedy drives right, looks for some room in the lane. Now gets it back out on the wing to White. White holds the ball above her head. Dribbles, gets it to Caroline Dotson on the left wing. Dotson back to the middle. Looking for some room, goes around the screen from Hannah Fuller, loses it, but able to regain it, and she's back out on the wing. She reverses the ball all the way across court to Ryan White. Ryan White down the corner to Kennedy Stewart. Kennedy fakes back up top, then drives down towards the baseline. She loses the ball out of bounds. It'll turn over to Hedgesville. Greenbrier East uses about 35 seconds on that first possession, never gets up a shot, but they'll set up their pressure here against Hedgesville. Ball inbounded to Amelia Fouch. She goes along the baseline, gets it across midcourt to Van Dyne. Van Dyne underneath to Cooper. Cooper backs it back out to Maggie Boyer, who hits a short jumper just outside the elbow, and Boyer gives Hedgesville the early lead. It's 2-0. Back comes Greenbrier East. Kennedy Stewart with the ball now, dribbling between the circles. She dribbles to the right wing, now gives it off to Dotson. Dotson dribbles towards the foul line, spins in the lane, now gives it back out to Caden Stewart. Caden's going to fire a long three, in and out. Hannah Fuller there for the rebound, pulls it down. Gets it back out to White on the wing, now back up top to Dotson. Now over to White, open for a three, left wing, no good. Kennedy Stewart trying to be big on the boards again, just as she was last game, and she pulls this one down. Stewart now back up top, sets it up between the circles. She dribbles to the foul line, gets it to an open Caroline Dotson for three, no good again. This time Ryan White tracks down the rebound on the baseline. White with it now out to Dotson. Dotson going to drive in this time, but she took steps first. It'll turn over to Hedgesville. Greenbrier East has had some open looks at three early on, but none of them falling in the early going for the Spartans. Eagles lead it 2-0 with 6:26 to go here in the opening quarter. Kelsey Van Dyne inbounds, trying to beat the Spartan pressure, but it's stolen away by Kennedy Stewart. Kennedy into the lane, puts it up and scores and gets the foul. Kennedy Stewart does it all in that play. She gets the steal, she gets the bucket, and she'll go to the line for one more. First points of the game for Greenbrier East come with 6:22 to go in the opening quarter. That ties the game at 2, and Kennedy going to try to give Greenbrier East its first lead as she goes to the line for the one more. This one short off the rim, but gets the shooter's roll, and the Spartans do take that lead. It's 3-2. Now here's the pressure in the backcourt again. This time Dotson steals it away, gets it to Kennedy underneath the basket. She lays it up and scores. Kennedy with a quick 5, and Greenbrier East leads it 5-2. Pressure again from the Spartans as Hedgesville this time beats it across midcourt. Fouch has it, guarded closely by Ryan White. Caden Stewart comes in behind, steals it away. Stewart going to push the tempo. It's one-on-one as she goes to the bucket, lays it off the glass, can't get it to fall. Hedgesville gets the rebound. Hedgesville into the hands of Laughlin. Laughlin stuck in the backcourt now with Van Dyne. They're getting close to a 10-second violation, but they get it across midcourt. Now out on the wing to Maggie Boyer. She gets it down the inside to Cooper. Cooper tries to go cross court. It's knocked out of bounds. The official's going to confer. They'll say last touch by Hedgesville. It'll turn over to Greenbrier East. 5:42 to go. Spartans lead at 5-2. It's been all Kennedy Stewart so far for Greenbrier East, as she has all 5 Spartan points. Kennedy across the big blue H at midcourt. Dribbles to the wing where it says Eagles. Now gets it down in the corner to Ryan White. Good feed from White inside to Caden Stewart. She's double teamed there. Loses the ball out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by Stewart. Turn over to Hedgesville. Coach Justice showing some frustration with his girls here early on. Here they set up their pressure. Hedgesville gets it to Fouch. Fouch now back to Van Dyne. Van Dyne forces it across the midcourt. She gets it there to Fouch. Fouch to get a little happy with her feet there. She took steps and turns it over. 5:19 here to go in the opening quarter. Greenbrier East leading Hedgesville 5-2. Spartans will inbound in the backcourt. It'll be Ryan White. Gets it into Kennedy Stewart. Kennedy goes between her legs 3 or 4 times as she crosses midcourt, looking over the defense. She slowly pulls it up now between the circles, gets it down to Ryan White on the wing. White, left wing, now dribbles into the paint, gets a screen from Fuller, now back out to Dodson. Dodson on the right wing, drives in front of the foul line, now goes back out to Kennedy Stewart, and we're going to get a 3-second call on Greenbrier East. Turnover once again to Hedgesville. Greenbrier East has been mistake-prone early, but still leads at 5-2 as Hedgesville looks to inbound against this pressure. Inbounds pass all the way out near midcourt to Maggie Bowyer. She loses on the ground, but goes into the hands of Laughlin. Laughlin drives down the baseline, now goes back out to Bowyer, now back to Laughlin on the right wing. She puts up the 3 and hits it. Kaylee Laughlin for Hedgesville ties the game at 5 with a 3 ball from the wing. It's 5-5 with 4:39. Now here comes Kennedy Stewart, going to pop a 3 from the top of the key, no good. Fuller can't get to the rebound quite quick enough, and it's cleared there by Olivia Cooper. Cooper trying to get it in the hands of a guard. She does to Maggie Bowyer, and Greenbrier East going to back off the pressure this time as Bowyer comes across midcourt. Bowyer met there by Kennedy Stewart. They're going to swing it around the corner. It's on the left wing now to Laughlin. Laughlin hit a 3 just a moment ago. Now down driving the right baseline is Van Dyne. She gets it all the way over in the other corner to Natalie Yates. Yates' shot put up from the baseline, sticks on the rim, and there's nobody tall enough here to get it down, so we're going to have to get another basketball to bring down, and the result of that play is a possession arrow. Possession arrow points to Hedgesville. Official with a couple throws able to knock it down, and the ball will go back to Hedgesville with 4-5. Kennedy Stewart has all 5 of Greenbrier East points early on. Kaylee Laughlin hit a 3 ball for Hedgesville, and Maggie Bowyer with a jumper for the other. Fuller puts off the back of the iron, gets the roll. Bowyer has 4, and Hedgesville leads it 7-5 with 3:55 to go. Spartans back on the other end. Caroline Dawson goes back up between the circles, dribbles with the left hand, setting it up. Kennedy Stewart comes off a screen. She's guarded out closely, gets it back to Dodson. Dodson inside to Caden Stewart. Caden Smith with a double team, has to throw it back up top to Caroline. Caroline drives in on the elbow, now gets down on the block, puts it off the glass, no good, gets her own rebound, throws it out to Ryan White. White going to fire the 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound Kennedy Stewart. Kennedy gets in the lane off the glass, no good. Greenbrier East can't get one to fall here, and Hedgesville finally clears it. Cooper with it now, hands off to Laughlin. Laughlin speeds across midcourt as she gets it down the corner to Bowyer. Bowyer open for a 3, lets it fly, no good. Hannah Fuller, big strong rebound, but has it knocked out of her hands. Into the hands of Natalie Yates for Hedgesville. Now back up top to Van Dyne. Van Dyne backs off and resets the offense with her team leading 7-5 with 3:01 to go. Forced in the paint now to Olivia Cooper. Cooper back out to Laughlin. She's guarded closely there as they swing it around the horn. On the left wing, it's Yates with it. She did not start this game, but has played major minutes early on. Now Bowyer going to drive in the lane, gets it inside to Cooper. Cooper puts it up off the glass, no good, but she's fouled. Foul will go against Greenbrier East, Hannah Fuller. That's her first, team's first. And that's going to send Olivia Cooper to the line for a pair. Hedgesville already leading 7-5. Cooper trying to add to that, but she misses her first. McKenna McClure checks into the game for Greenbrier East. She'll replace Ryan White. And Cooper will go to the line for one more. Cooper puts it up back of the iron, no good. Rebound Greenbrier East. Here comes Dodson with it. Caroline Dodson out on the volleyball line. She dribbles close to midcourt, now gets it to McClure, open for a 3 from the left wing. She misses it all. Rebound out of bounds, and Hedgesville was trying to let it go. Caden's in there and knocks it off the leg of Natalie Yates, so it'll stay with the Spartans here with 2:22 to go in the opening quarter. Greenbrier East trails it 7-5. Kennedy inbounds the Cadence, now back up top to Dodson. Dodson around the horn, gets it to Kennedy again. Kennedy open for a 3, lets it fly, rolls out, rebound. Cooper, fight, and we're going to get a tie up underneath here. Possession arrow points to Greenbrier East. Hedgesville got the last one on the stuck ball down on the other end of the floor. Kennedy Stewart inbounds there to Cadence. Cadence had her defender sealed. She puts the layup up and good and is fouled. Cadence Stewart fouled by Natalie Yates. Good inbounds play there from Greenbrier East as they get the bucket in the foul. And Stewart going to go back to the line to try to give Greenbrier East the lead back. It's 7-7 with 2:07 to go in the opening quarter. Cadence puts it up and good. Cadence Stewart, it's in all Stewarts so far. They have all 8 of Greenbrier East points. Kennedy has 3, Cadence has 5. Down on the other end, an open 3 for Laughlin. She can't get it to fall. Tries to track down a rebound, but steps on the baseline and will turn back over to Greenbrier East. Spartans lead at 8-7, 1:56 to go here in the opening quarter. It's been a little sloppy early on for Greenbrier East, but Coach Justice, speaking to his team, wants to see him pick it up here. Kennedy Stewart slowly brings the ball across midcourt. And Greenbrier East called for a violation. It'll turn over to Hedgesville. Hedgesville has it inbounds to Kaylee Sinclair into the game for the first time. She gets across midcourt to Lakin Copenhagen. She was big in the first meeting, coming off the bench trying to do the same here. Greenbrier East pressure all over, making it tough for Hedgesville right now. They get it back up top. Now swing it left wing to Copenhagen. She gets it down underneath to Natalie Yates, but it's poked out of bounds. Last touch by McKenna McClure. It'll stay with the Hedgesville Eagles. Sinclair inbounds. Gets it to Copenhagen. Now back up top to Maggie Bowyer, who's going to reset. Now goes right wing to Van Dyne. Ball stolen away there by Kennedy Stewart. Kennedy trying to push the tempo, gets it to Caroline Dodson. Nice stop there by Dodson, lets the defender fly by, and Dodson puts it up and scores. 10-7 Greenbrier East. Now back on the other end, Hedgesville pushing the tempo. Maggie Bowyer got into the lane, had the layup, but she double dribbled first. So it'll turn over to Greenbrier East. 1:04 showing on the clock. Spartans lead it 10-7. Coach Justice calls out the play to his team as Kennedy moves the ball across midcourt, gets it down inside now to Hannah Fuller. Nice feed there from McKenna McClure from the right corner, gets it down into Fuller. Fuller's shot is blocked, but they're going to whistle Hedgesville for the foul. Foul goes against Kaylee Sinclair, her first, team's third. So Fuller to the line for a pair, looking for her first points of the evening. Fuller dribbles twice, looks at the rim, spins it, and can't get it to go. Ball pops out on her. She'll have one more. She gets some encouragement from Coach Justice, who tells her nothing but net. She steps back to the line. Fuller, just one dribble this time as she puts it up and through. 11-7 now. Greenbrier East leads it. They trailed 7-5. They've scored 6 straight points. Now here comes Hedgesville back on the other end. Trapped down in the corner is Copenhagen. She has it pulled away from her by Caroline Dodson. But official's going to call the tie-up. It'll stay with Hedgesville on the alternating possession. Kaylee Sinclair inbounds underneath the basket. Gets it on the right wing to Bowyer. Bowyer now up top to an open Van Dyne. She backs it out. Coach tells her she needs to shoot that one. Instead gets it back to Bowyer on the wing. She puts it up, no good. And on the rebound, McClure had it, but was tied up there by Natalie Yates. But this time the jump ball goes back to the Lady Spartans. They'll have 34.6 seconds, leading 11-7, trying to build on that here. Here comes Cadence with it. Kennedy. Kennedy across midcourt. Don't have Eric here to correct me tonight. Cadence on the wing, left wing. Now gets it inside to McClure. McClure spins in the lane, loses it. Stolen away by Hedgesville. Here comes Natalie Yates on the break. She's guarded there by Dodson. Yates loses it, and it rolls out of bounds, turns back over to Greenbrier East. So Lady Spartans likely will take the last shot here as we've got 14.2 seconds showing on the opening quarter clock. And East leading 11-7. Kennedy going to let the ball roll before she picks it up near midcourt. Now she goes between her legs, crosses midcourt, 10 seconds on the clock. Gets it down to McClure. McClure inside to Fuller. Fuller, nice move, spins, puts it off the glass, no good. Rebound, Caroline Dotson puts it up, no good. Greenbrier East can't get one to fall, and we're going to get whistled for a foul. I believe it's going to go against McClure. 2 wide open looks at the basket there. Greenbrier East just 2 feet in front of the basket, couldn't get it to fall. And the foul does go against McClure, so it'll give it back to Hedgesville with just 1.3 seconds. Spartans showing some pressure here, trying not to let the Eagles get one off. Try, because that's going to be the end of the opening. It's going to be the end of the opening quarter. We've played one. Greenbrier East.
Hi, I'm Janet Niehawk with S.J. Niehawk Lumber, your home solution for 75 years. Whether your project's small or large, we can help fill your needs. Good luck to the athletes and coaching staff of Greenbrier East Spartans for the year 2022-23. Go Spartans!
We played one quarter. Greenbrier East leading Hedgesville 11-7. Was not the quarter that Greenbrier East expected. They had some problems with times. Spartans able to come back from a 5-7 deficit, score the last 6 points of the quarter, and lead at 11-7. Greenbrier East shot just 25% from the field. Hedgesville on the other end shot 42%. That's what's allowed the Eagles to stay in this game. Greenbrier East has missed some good looks early on. See if they can get that corrected here as we begin the second quarter of play. It'll be Hedgesville ball as they inbound to Kaylee Laughlin. Laughlin guarded out there by Caroline Dotson, and they're going to say Dotson got a little too close. They'll whistle her for the foul.
Foul to Spartans number 12, Caroline Dotson. Her first.
That's her first. Inbounds pass now. Van Dyne had a chance to be trapped there by Greenbrier East, but able to step through it. Now she resets between the circles, gets it right wing to Boyer. Boyer drives in against Kennedy Stewart, met now by Ryan White as she lays it off the glass, but puts it up and scores. Boyer up to 6 points for the game. She cuts the Spartan lead down to 2 now. It's 11-9. 6 points was the high for any Hedgesville Eagle in the first meeting. Boyer has 6 already as McKenna McClure now fires a baseline jumper, no good, but Caden Stewart cracks down the rebound. Stewart backs it out on the right wing on the Eagles logo, now drives it in, puts up a little floater, no good, and she's boxed out there as Hedgesville gets the rebound in the hands of Fouch. Fouch now over to Laughlin. Laughlin met in the backcourt by White. Greenbrier's trying to make it tough for Hedgesville to get it across midcourt, but they do now as Boyer has it on the wing. She's got 6. She's been the hot hand early on. She drives in just inside the three-point line, puts it up, no good. This time, Caden Stewart gets the rebound. Here comes Cadence with her team leading 11-9. Going to stop, pop, top of the key 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of Olivia Cooper. Cooper trying to get it across midcourt, throws it away. They'll say it's last touch by Kennedy Stewart. And it'll remain Hedgesville ball. They trail by 2, 11-9, with 6:41 to go here in the second quarter. Greenbrier East never led by more than 4. Hedgesville actually led by 2 in the opening quarter. The score is tied 3 times, and the lead changed hands 3 times as well. Laughlin with it out near midcourt. She carries it as she was met by 2 Greenbrier East defenders. It was Dotson and Stewart applying the pressure that time, forced the turnover. Here comes Kennedy across midcourt, gets a screen from Ryan White, gets into the lane, gets down the elbow, kicks it out to McClure. McClure drives in, plenty of contact there, no whistle comes, and Hedgesville has the ball coming back the other way. Fouch with it, dribbling all the way down the court, loses it off her foot. It turns over to Greenbrier East. 11-9, Hedgesville hanging around here with 6:13 to go in the second quarter. See Hedgesville legendary boys coach Kelly Church coming through the door right now, checking out a little action. As Greenbrier East moving the ball well in this possession. They've got it out to McClure on the wing. McClure now gets it into White. White gets it to Dodson on the block. She puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound though. There's gets to White now out to McClure's wide open for a three from the wing. This one's good. First three ball of the game for Greenbrier East comes from the hands of McKenna McClure, and the Spartans extend their lead to 14-9 with 5:39 to go. Fouch now out to Boyer. Boyer met by Caden Stewart. She's able to dribble around, gets it just inside the foul line. Now kicks it out to Van Dyne. Van Dyne lets go in a long jumper from the baseline and hits it. Kelsey Van Dyne scores her first points. Hedgesville shooting the ball incredibly well here early on the night, and they cut that Spartan lead to 14-11. Now Kennedy on the other end goes around the screen, puts up a three. It's too long, but on the rebound, we're going to get a tie-up. It was McClure and Olivia Cooper for Hedgesville. Possession arrow points to Hedgesville. Elizabeth Wooding going to check in for the first time tonight. She'll replace Caroline Dawson. Hedgesville throws the inbound deep. Kennedy Stewart trying to get back and has no choice but to foul Fouch, who was going in for an easy layup. So Kennedy's going to make her earn it. And Fouch will go to the line. That's Kennedy's first, the fourth team foul on Greenbrier East. 4 team fouls for Greenbrier East, 3 for Hedgesville, as Amelia Fouch steps to the line. Her first short off the rim, no good. She'll have one more. Greenbrier East controlled the rebounding in the first quarter, won it 11-6. But as we said, the inability to put the ball through the basket really cost Greenbrier East. And Liz Wooding gets the rebound. She's pushed from behind, double-handed push from Olivia Cooper. She's called for the foul. Could have been more there, but won't get the call. Here's Kennedy Stewart now. Her team leads at 14-11. 4:56 to go in the second quarter. Kennedy is unable to find her shot early on today. Ryan White steps inside three-point range on the wing and drains a jumper. Good shot there. I'd like to see that mid-range jumper from Greenbrier East, and White connects on that one. Back on the other end, Hedgesville trying to push the tempo against Greenbrier East. Driving the baseline is Boyer. She puts it up, no good. But she's going to draw the foul. I believe it's going to go against McKenna McClure. It does, and that's her second.
Foul McKenna McClure, her second.
Team's fifth.
Maggie Boyer to line, shooting 2.
Boyer will go to the line. She leads Hedgesville right now with 6 points, make it 7 as she strokes her first one through. 16-12. Greenbrier East leads it. And Boyer will have one more. Fuller checks back into the game as McClure going to take a seat with those 2 fouls. And Boyer now up to 8 points. She tops anything Hedgesville had in the opening meeting between these two teams. Nobody scored more than 6. She's got 8 already. And it's 16-13, Greenbrier East. Down the corner, Ryan White had some space, gets it inside to Fuller. Fuller loses it. It's stolen away by Laughlin. Laughlin goes up against Caden Stewart. Caden knocks it out of bounds, but she's going to be whistled for a foul. That's Caden's first, team 6th. So Hedgesville will be shooting the rest of the way here in the opening half. We've got 4:25 still showing on that clock. Greenbrier East leads at 16-13, a much tighter battle than many probably anticipated. Boyer goes inside the foul line. She's blocked by Hannah Fuller. Ball ends up in the hands of Fouch, who fires a 3, no good. Ball rolls out of bounds. We'll go over to Greenbrier East. 4:12 to go as Kennedy Stewart crosses midcourt, gets a screen from Fuller, now gets into the lane, backs it out. Back up top to Cadence. Cadence seeing some close defense there. She comes off a screen, gets it to White down the corner. White fakes the 3, drives the baseline, little floater up, no good. Hannah Fuller, big strong rebound, gets back out to Liz Wooding. Wooding up top to Kennedy. Kennedy feeds it back inside to Fuller again. Fuller goes up this time, draws the foul against Hedgesville's Natalie Yates. twice and tickles the twine. Makes it 17-13 with 3:51 to go. Inbounds pass gets to Cooper. Cooper dribbles into a trap there, but able to get out of it as she's going to cross midcourt to Boyer. Boyer, the leading scorer for Hedgesville right now, gets it down on the wing to Fouch. Fouch going to fire a long jumper, no good. Rebound, though, by Cooper, who puts it up and scores. Olivia Cooper's first points of the game, and it's a 2-point game once again, 17-15. Greenbrier East leads it, 3:28 to go. Now White gets it to Stewart. Stewart, top of the key, going to drive into the elbow. Thinks about it, the shot, but saw a double team instead. Good ball movement there as they find Ryan White open on the wing for a three. Her three hits nothing but the backboard, but Caden Stewart tracks it down. Stewart goes across the court to White once again. Now White throws it off of Hannah Fuller's back. It's going to turn over to Hedgesville. Kelsey Van Dyne with it. Hedgesville chance to tie the game up here on this possession as they cross midcourt. Boyer with it, guarded by White. She pushes off a little bit as she goes in the lane. No call there. Her shot no good. Rebound out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Greenbrier East. They first signaled it was Greenbrier East basketball, but the other official came in and overruled it. Is going to give the ball back to Hedgesville. Lady Eagles trailing 17-15 with 2:53 to go here before halftime. Inbounds pass up top to Boyer. She's met there by Caden Stewart as she drives in the lane just in front of the foul line, puts it up no good. Hannah Fuller secures the rebound. She gets it over to Kennedy. Kennedy now crosses midcourt. Kennedy to the elbow. Now drives in, gets it to Wooding. Wooding baseline jumper. That's the shot she loves. Can't get it to fall this time though. And it'll go back to Hedgesville. 2:30 to go now. Hedgesville hanging in this one as Laughlin has it on the wing, dribbles up top between the circles. Now gives it off to Boyer. Boyer going to fire the three this time. No good. Rebound, Kennedy Stewart. Here comes Kennedy pushing the tempo. She crosses midcourt. She's got a 3-on-2 now, but Hedgesville able to get back and catch up. Kennedy now finds the wing to Cadence. Cadence lets go on a three. They're going to call her a walk before the shot. Shot was no good anyway. It turns over to Hedgesville. Cadence doesn't like that call. But it's going to be Hedgesville's ball anyway, 17-15 with 2:07 to go before the half.
Spartans, number 12, Caroline Dodson. And for the Eagles, number 2, Lakin Copenhaver.
Dodson back in for Greenbrier East. She's going to guard the inbounds pass from Lakin Copenhaver as she gets it in to Amelia Fouch. Now at midcourt to Boyer. Boyer gets it to Copenhaver. Copenhaver drives it in. Throws it between the legs of Kennedy Stewart to Natalie Yates. Her jumper put up no good. Stewart had the rebound but lost it off her foot. It's going to roll out of bounds back to Hedgesville. Stewart says she was pushed. The official doesn't agree, and it'll be Lady Eagle basketball. 1:56 to go. 17-15 Greenbrier East. Inbounds pass into the corner to an open Boyer. Don't want to leave her open. She's been the leading scorer, but she doesn't get this one to go. Dodson gets the rebound, across midcourt, gets it down in the corner to Cadence. Cadence going to drive in, put up a little floater, no good. There's Hannah Fuller, though, with the rebound. Her shot's blocked, and Hedgesville ends up with it. Now Ryan White steals it away, gets it back inside to Fuller. Fuller loses it again, but it's Laughlin of Hedgesville. 1:30 to go. 7-15. Greenbrier East clinging to a 2-point lead as Kennedy Stewart looks to inbound underneath the basket. Hedgesville straight man-to-man right now. Inbounds past a wide-open Ryan White from the wing, and she strokes it through. That's a big shot there for Greenbrier East. They needed something positive on offense, and now Caroline Dodson steals it away on the inbounds pass. Gets it back up top to Cadence. Cadence going to fire a long one. No good off the side of the backboard. Fuller gets the rebound, gets it to Kennedy. Now down the corner, Caroline Dodson just inside three-point range. Can't get it to fall. Rebound into the hands of Hedgesville. Laughlin has it stolen away by Kennedy. Kennedy into the lane trying to feed Hannah Fuller. Knocked to the ground, no call. Hedgesville ends up with it, but Caroline Dodson steals it back. Dodson knocked to the floor, and she's going to be called for a travel. It looked like a WWE wrestling match there for a moment as there's body schemes, but the whistles were not blowing. And with 55 seconds to go, it's going to be Hedgesville basketball. Greenbrier East leading 20-15. Van Dyne on the inbounds, gets it in to Laughlin. Laughlin has it stolen away there by Caden Stewart. They're going to call a jump ball first. Possession arrow does point to Greenbrier East, so it'll be Spartan basketball with 50.5 seconds to go. Coach Justice calls out the play as Kennedy Stewart comes to inbound underneath the basket. Kennedy slaps the ball, gets it into Hannah Fuller. Fuller now back up top to Cadence. Cadence met with a double team there. She dribbles around it, finds some space on the left wing, puts it up strong off the back iron. Good rebound there by Caroline Dotson. She gets the bucket and the foul. Caroline Dotson tracks down the missed three-pointer from Cadence Stewart, puts it right up, swishes it through, and gets hacked on the arm. She'll go to the line to try to finish it off. Big play there from Caroline Dotson. As Greenbrier East now sees itself extend the lead a little bit. It was up just 17-15 a moment ago. Now it's 22-15, but Dotson can't get the free throw to go. On the rebound, we're going to get another tie-up called, and this time the possession arrow points to Hedgesville. Hedgesville trails it by 7 here, 22-15 with 39 seconds to go in the opening half, and Ryan White steals it away on the trap as Hedgesville tried to get up the court. Left wing three, Kennedy Stewart can't get it to fall. Rebound again, Hedgesville. Falling today, and really that's been the biggest difference. That's been the biggest difference between the blowout in the first meeting and Hedgesville able to keep it close here. And we're going to get the third foul called against Caroline Dawson. Her second, excuse me. That was the 7th team, so we're going to go back the other way and shoot free throws. Dawson was just trying to tie it up, and Olivia Cooper was throwing elbows all over the place, but they whistled Dotson for the foul instead. And Cooper's going to have 1-on-1 on the other end of the floor. She's been in the line twice already, missed both of them. See what happens here. She puts the first one up, rolls out, then back in and through as she gets the shooter's roll. Make it 22-16. 25.5 seconds to go here on the second quarter clock. Cooper's going to have one more. Her shot up and strong off the back iron. Hannah Fuller, though, that's the rebound, bounced over her head, but as Hedgesville tracks it down, Kelsey Van Dyne called for a travel. And we're going to get a timeout here. 22 seconds to go. Hedgesville takes a timeout. Greenbrier East leading at 22-16. We'll be right back here on Oldies 93 WKCJ. The first time out of the game there whistled with just 20 to go in the opening half. Greenbrier East leading 22-16. It'll be Spartan basketball. They'll likely hold for the last shot here as Kennedy Stewart crosses midcourt. Stewart gets it on the wing to White. Now inside to Hannah Fuller. Fuller back out to Caden Stewart. Stewart with 10 seconds stops and pops a three from the top of the arc. Gets the shooter's roll in through. Caden Stewart's first three of the game after she hit 8 the other night. Makes it 25-16. Ryan White steals the inbounds pass, but the horn sounds, and that's going to do it for the opening half. Halftime here at Hedgesville High School. Greenbrier East leading 25-16. We'll be back with the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
Marketplace in Beckley is the official road game stop of Lady Spartan basketball, providing pregame meals for the players and coaches on every trip. Make Tamarack your pregame destination and enjoy sandwiches, wraps, soups, and salads, as well as a wonderful selection of entrees such as West Virginia rainbow trout, meatloaf with gravy, and chicken pot pie. Don't forget the delectable desserts, including Greenbrier peaches and cream, and an all-day brunch on Sundays. That's Tamarack Marketplace, the official road game stop of the Lady Spartan.
back here at Hedgesville High School on the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show. Greenbrier East leading the homestanding Lady Eagles of Hedgesville 25-16 here at the half. It was an interesting half as Greenbrier East struggled out of the gates a little bit against this Hedgesville team that was handled without much problem to open the season back in Fairleigh in November. Hedgesville actually led 7-5 before Greenbrier East scored the last 6 points of the opening quarter to take 11-7 lead. That was Hedgesville's last lead, was that 7-5, but Greenbrier East never able to really pull away by too much. The largest lead of that opening half is right where we sit right now, a 9-point lead for Greenbrier East, 25-16. Some of the struggles from Greenbrier East in the opening half came off of turnovers. When you came into this game, you knew Greenbrier East was going to turn over Hedgesville because that's exactly what they did back in Fairleigh, and they've done that, forcing 18 Hedgesville turnovers. But on the other end, Greenbrier East has given it away. Doesn't prove as valuable when you're giving it. Doesn't prove as valuable when you're giving it back over on your old early on. And the other problem for the Lady Spartans is just shooting the basketball. They are 9 of 36 here in the opening half, 25%. They've had some open looks. They're just not going down. And we saw them light it up from three-point range the last time out. And here tonight, they really struggle from three-point range as they're 3 of 17 from outside the arc. That's just 17% from downtown. So we'd like to see all those numbers improve for Greenbrier East. But good news is they still have a 9-point lead here at Hedgesville. On the other side for Hedgesville, the leading scorer is Maggie Bowyer, who has 8 points. That outdoes anything Hedgesville had in the first meeting between these two teams, where nobody on the Lady Eagles side scored more than 6. So they've obviously made an improvement. They've shot the ball decently well. They shot 33% from the field. It's not great, but it's better than the Spartans' 25% number right now. And they're 14% from 3, 1 of 7, but they haven't attempted nearly as much. Spartans are 3 of 17. Spartans are 3 of 17. The lead was tied the game was tied 3 times. The lead changed hands 3 times as well in the opening half. But Greenbrier East right now, as we sit at halftime, its biggest lead is a basketball game, 25-16. We'll be back for more here on the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show on Oldies 93 WKCJ. Music School of Lewisburg halftime show. Greenbrier East leading Hedgesville 25-16 at halftime. Spartans, if you missed it, outscored the Lady Eagles 11-7 in the open quarter, and then 14-9 in the second quarter to build up this lead. But if I know anything about head coach Jim Justice, he wasn't happy with that first half of action at all. I'm sure he had some spirited words in the locker room, and I really look for a much different team to come out here for Greenbrier East in the second half, as the Spartans turned it over too many times. They didn't shoot it well and just didn't really bring the energy that head coach Jim Justice, I know, is looking for. So I expect something completely different out of this team in the second half and see if they can open this lead up a little bit. But the good news is when you play a half that wasn't your best and still lead by 9, that has to be a positive. So we'll see if Greenbrier East can pick things up out of the locker room and extend this lead in the second half at Hedgesville. We'll take one more break here on the Warner Music School of Lewisburg halftime show, and when we come back, it'll be time for the second half of action. WKCJ.
All right,
let's. We're about ready for the second half of action. The halftime clock has wound to a close. The buzzer has sounded. Both teams getting final instructions from their bench. Head coach Matt Faircloth has to be happy with his Hedgesville team hanging in this one after what we saw in Fairleigh earlier this year. Greenbrier East head coach Jim Justice, as we said, probably not thrilled with that opening half, but I think you're going to see a much different Spartan team out of the break as the officials blow the whistle. They're ready to go. Final instructions here from Coach Justice as the Lady Spartans put their hands in the center, and it'll be Greenbrier East basketball to begin this second half. Greenbrier East will now be going left to right on your radio dial. I'm up here kind of in the perch. There's only one side of bleachers pulled out here at Hedgesville for this game. We're up on the other side, high above the court. Great view of the action up here. And a beautiful gymnasium here at Hedgesville High School, and a lot of awards, as you might imagine, on the walls from a great position as Greenbrier East gets the inbounds pass but turns it over. That's not the start they wanted, but back on the other end, Laughlin got her feet going a little too quickly. She's going to be whistled for a travel. It'll turn back over to Greenbrier East. So both teams open up with turnovers to begin the second half. That's what we saw a whole lot of in the first half as Greenbrier East turned it over 16 times, Hedgesville 18. Now Kennedy Stewart across midcourt. She's met there by Boyer. Boyer was the leading scorer for the Eagles in the first half with 8. Kennedy goes all the way down in the left corner. Now dribbles back up top, gets a screen from White. Now she's on the right wing. Now she backs it out. Kennedy Stewart putting on a dribbling exhibition out here. She gets the cadence on the wing. Now inside the foul line to White. White going to back it out, top of the key. Looks for some room, drives in. Now backs it back out, tries to get to Caroline Dawson, but it's stolen away. Here comes Boyer. 2-on-1. Boyer drives up against Dotson. She walked, no call, and then Caden Stewart just took it from her. I think she knew she walked, was waiting on the whistle. It didn't happen, so Caden Stewart just grabbed it out of her hand. Here comes Greenbrier East the other way. Caroline Dotson stops on the wing for a 3 and hits it. Caroline Dotson's first 3 of the game. She has 7 points now, and Greenbrier East leads at 28-16. Off the inbounds, Greenbrier East trying to trap, and the ball is stolen away in the backcourt by Caden Stewart. Caden Stewart loses it back. It's into the hands of Boyer. Boyer dribbles off the foot of Ryan White. It's going to go out of bounds. Will stay with Hedgesville. Basketball like a pinball right now as it's bouncing off of every player out on the court. Hedgesville will inbound underneath the basket, trailing 28-16. Eagles get it in on the right wing to Laughlin. Laughlin now across court to Boyer. Boyer against Dotson. Gets into the lane, has it blocked there by Hannah Fuller, and back into the hands of Dotson. Dotson going to throw it up the court, has an open Kennedy Stewart on the left wing. Kennedy fires the 3, swish. Kennedy Stewart's first 3 of the game. Hopefully she's found her touch, and Greenbrier East now leads at 31-16. And we're going to get a double dribble back on the other end. So Greenbrier East has scored the first 6 points of the third quarter. Like we said, we expected them to come out with some different energy. They have. Pair of 3 balls from Kennedy Stewart and Caroline Dodson has the Spartans up 31-16, and they'll have the basketball trying to add to it. Hedgesville in a straight man-to-man defense as Kennedy Stewart crosses midcourt. Gets it to Cadence on the wing. Cadence now at the foul line to Ryan White. White with her back to the basket. Gets it to Dotson on the wing. Dotson back to Kennedy on the wing. She puts a 3 up off the back iron. No good. Cadence is there for the rebound, but we're going to get a foul called. I believe that's not going to be Cadence. I think that's going to be Hannah Fuller. Nope, it does go against Cadence Stewart. Her second. That's what I get for trying to predict it, I guess. As Hedgesville will inbound underneath the basket. Fouch gets it into Yates. Yates trapped down in the corner. Throws it all the way back across the court to Fouch. Greenbrier's trying to trap her in the middle of the floor right now. She steps through it and gets it to Van Dyne. Van Dyne drives into the lane where she's met by Ryan White. Now backs it out for a 3 ball from the wing off the fingertips of Fouch. She can't get it to go. And Ryan White tracks down the rebound. White gets it in the hands of the point guard, Kennedy Stewart. Kennedy, top of the key, left open for a 3. Hits it. The second 3 ball for Kennedy Stewart as she's found her range, and Greenbrier East scored the first 9 points here. They lead it 34-16. Here comes Hedgesville breaking through the pressure. Fouch has it, going to drive in against Fuller. Fuller blocks the shot, but they'll whistle her for a foul. Fuller had the good position there, but her hands came down instead of staying straight up, and that's why she gets whistled for the foul there.
Foul on the Spartans, number 55, Hannah Fuller. Her second.
That's Fuller's second. And Amelia Fouch goes to the line for 2. She was at the line only once, missed the front end in the opening quarter. This time her free throw is strong off the back iron, but somehow gets the roll through. And that's Hedgesville's first points of the second half. Makes it 34-17. The second one, much truer. This one rolls home. It's 34-18. Pair of free throws break the Spartan run as Kennedy Stewart looks to get that offense going again. She's on the wing to Dotson. Dotson drives in, gets down on the block. She's tied up there. We're going to get a jump ball called. And Dotson kind of dribbled into trouble there. She dribbled into a double team, and Hedgesville did a nice job getting his hands on the basketball and tying her up. It'll be Lady Eagle basketball trailing 34-18 with 5:21 to go. Inbounds pass knocked away there by Dotson. Rolls out of bounds. It'll stay with Hedgesville. Kelsey Van Dyne, the inbounder for the Lady Eagles. As she looks over the defense, gets it in. Perfect trapping position down the corner. She is trapped. We've got an announcement here throughout the gym. It's pretty loud in the ear. That's the first time here. You experience something new every year when you go on the road for basketball games, but this is the first time I've heard announcements. And officials going to pause the action here for a minute because it is a major distraction. We get a foul call against Ryan White in the midst of all of that. An announcement continues here, going on forever in the gym here at Hedgesville. And as Hedgesville breaks through the inbound, we're going to get a foul called against Caroline Dotson for a push. And that's Dotson's third. And she's going to take a seat. McKenna McClure will check back into the game. I apologize for that there if I stumbled through that. It was a little distracting having that announcement in my ear. I'm used to having Eric Workman in my ear, but not the principal here at Hedgesville High School. As Laughlin gets it across midcourt into a double team, she gets through it. Little floater inside the foul line, no good. On the rebound, Olivia Cooper puts it back up, no good, but she's fouled. Foul will go against Kennedy Stewart, her second. And that's the 5th Spartan team foul here in the second half. 5 team fouls to nothing right now. So that could be a storyline here. As 5 fouls with still 4:56 to go in the third quarter. Hedgesville's probably going to spend a lot of time on the line here in the second half as Olivia Cooper makes the first free throw. She'll have one more. On her tiptoes, puts it up, no good. Hannah Fuller has the rebound. Good rebound there by Fuller. As Kennedy Stewart brings the ball up the floor. 34-19, Spartans lead it. Kennedy top of the key. Kennedy on the left elbow, puts up the jump shot, hits it. Kennedy Stewart has been hot here in the second half. She has 8 third quarter points. 13 for the game, and Greenbrier East leads at 36-19. Here comes Hedgesville through the pressure. Inside, nice ball movement that time. They find Olivia Cooper wide open underneath the basket, and that's the first field goal of the second half for Hedgesville as Cooper puts it up and in to make it 36-21. Now Kennedy gets it back out high on the wing to McKenna McClure. McClure hands off to Caden Stewart between the circles. Caden goes between her legs, now the left wing. Now finds some room, top of the key, stops, pops for three, hits it. Caden said Kennedy's not the only one going to find her shot as Caden drills the three from the top of the key, makes it 39-21. Back come the Eagles. Go right through that Spartan pressure as Van Dyne gets it in the lane. Now jumper just inside the arc from Laughlin, no good, but we're going to get a foul called. I think this one's going to go against McKenna McClure. It does.
Foul Spartans number 23.
And this foul trouble is getting interesting now as it's 6-0 in the team fouls. 6 against Greenbrier East, none for Hedgesville, and we still got 3:54 to play, so the Eagles are going to shoot a bunch of them, it looks like here, but Laughlin misses her first. She'll have one more to try to bring her team a little closer. This one is up and good, makes it 39-22. Back come the Spartans. Across the H at midcourt is Kennedy Stewart. She's looking for a there, but good defense from Laughlin doesn't allow that to come. Now Greenbrier East playing a little weave out front. Fouled as she goes to the basket by Natalie Yates. Oh. There I go again, trying to predict, and I was wrong. They're going to call a foul against Fouch. Gates was the one guarding Stewart there, so I'm not sure if the official just called the wrong number or if she saw something I didn't see, but it's going to send Caden Stewart to the line, and Caden will hit the first. Caden's up to 9 points now, looks to get to double figures as she'll have one more shot at the line. Been all Spartans here in the third quarter, just as we predicted. As I'm sure they got an earful in the locker room, but as Hedgesville breaks through that pressure, Hedgesville has done a much better job breaking through the pressure tonight than they did back in Fairleigh, and that leads to a foul on the other end, Ryan White, and that's now 17 fouls, now 7-1, and we got 3:35 to play in the third quarter already in the bonus. We might have a free throw shooting contest before this one's over. Bowyer going to go to the line. She led her team with 8 points in the opening half. Hasn't scored yet here in the third quarter, but puts that one through. And she has 9 now, looking to get to double digits with this second free throw. 41-23, Spartans lead at 3:35 to go. Bowyer's going to have one more. Puts it up and through. 41-24. We're going to get a timeout. 41-24. We're going to get a timeout called by Hedgesville. We'll take it with them. Greenbrier East leads at 41-24. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 90.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478, or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Chris!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just as we predicted at halftime, a different Greenbrier East team has come out of the locker room. Spartans have outscored Hedgesville 16-8 here in the third quarter, and they lead at 41-24. Kennedy and Caden Stewart have found their shot this quarter. That's been a big reason why the Spartans have extended this lead, and they've also done it on the defensive end. just one field goal so far for Hedgesville in this quarter. They have found 6 buckets at the line, 6 free throws, but only 1 field goal. The Greenbrier East locking them down on defense. Hannah Fuller now has the ball inside the paint. She loses her footing a little bit and throws it off the leg of Olivia Cooper. It'll stay with Greenbrier East there. Spartan's going to set it up underneath the basket. They've had good success here early on these inbounds plays. See if they can find one here as Kennedy slaps the ball. Looks up top, finds an open McKenna McClure. McKenna feeds it inside to Hannah Fuller. An ill-advised pass there as that one wasn't open and it's stolen away. Here comes Hedgesville on the other end. Gets it in the hand of Boyer on the wing. She fires the 3, no good. McClure pulls down the rebound. McClure now to Kennedy. The Spartans want to push the tempo. Kennedy, top of the key. Now gets it in to Hannah Fuller. Fuller swings it back out to McClure. McClure's open for a 3. Hits it. McKenna McClure, her second 3 of the game, and Greenbrier East extends that lead to 20. It's 44-24 with 2:47 to go here in the third. Hedgesville seeing this one slip away. They like the way they played for most of that opening half, but it's been all Greenbrier East in the third quarter as Hedgesville struggling to find anything on offense. They're moving it around well right now, and just inside the three-point line, Van Doden fires a 3, misses it all. Here comes Caden Stewart back the other way, pushing the tempo, finds a wide-open McKenna McClure underneath the basket. McClure lays it up and scores her 8th point of the game, and Greenbrier East leads it 46-24 now. Hedgesville trying to do anything they can to end this Greenbrier East run as they've really struggled to find buckets here in the third quarter. Boyer with it. She leads her team with 8 points. They feed it back into her just inside the foul line. She dribbles into a double team there, now kicks it back out. Van Dyne thought about swinging it across court, instead pulls up. Shot put up off the glass, no good by Yates. Rebound tracked down by Kennedy Stewart. Here comes Kennedy. She's got Cadence ahead. She didn't see her that time. Kennedy was tried to dribble with her head down and didn't see her sister. She goes all the way in the lane, puts it up, no good. And Hedgesville gets the rebound. They might be talking about that one at Thanksgiving here in a few years. As Cadence was wanting the basketball there, Kennedy just didn't see her. She tried to dribble through pressure. Outside on the wing, shot fired up, hits nothing but the glass by Yates. Battle for the rebound. Wooding had it underneath but falls to the ground and she'll be called for a travel. Hedgesville will inbound underneath its basket. Trailing 46-24 with 1:20 still showing here on this third quarter clock. Van Dyne inbounds to the corner. Boyer's 3 put up no good. Rebound, though, into the hands of Van Dyne. She gets it back to Boyer. Boyer going to drive in, has it stolen away this time by Hannah Fuller. Here comes Kane Stewart. Stewart gets it out on the wing to McClure. McClure drives in, puts it off the glass, no good, and she's going to be called for a charge. Cadence was driving to the basket. McClure stopped on the wing. Cadence fed it out to her. McClure tried to take it to the rim, but ran through. Kaylee Laughlin is called for the charge. 1:05 here showing in the third quarter. It's 46-24 Greenbrier East. That was McClure's 4th foul as well. As Laughlin has it on the wing, gets it up top to Boyer. Boyer now to Van Dyne between the circles. They're going to work it around the horn to Laughlin, who fires a 3, misses it all, and it goes out of bounds to Greenbrier East. 49.9 seconds showing now. Spartans up 46-24. Reminder tomorrow, Greenbrier East hits the road to Moorfield. Tip-off scheduled for sometime around 7 o'clock. Fritz's Pharmacy of Alderson Spartan countdown around 6:45 tomorrow from Hardy County. As Kennedy Stewart, trying to run the clock here. She tries to feed it inside to Hannah Fuller. Ball stolen away. Not a good pass there. And back come the Eagles. Laughlin with it on the block, and she's fouled as she goes to the basket by Elizabeth Wooding. That's going to send Laughlin to the line. And that's the 9th team foul. The team fouls 9-1 here in the second half. As Laughlin puts this one up and in. So one more foul is going to be double bonus, and we're not even finished with the third quarter yet. As Laughlin's going to have one more. Just one field goal for Hedgesville in the second half, but they're finding points at the line as the fouls are racking up in a hurry. As Laughlin makes her next one, she's 3 for 4 at the line. She has 6 points, and it's 46-26, 20-point lead for Greenbrier East. Kennedy Dribbles between her legs as she looks over at Coach Justice with 15 seconds on the clock. They're going to hold for the last shot here. Kennedy met by Boyer. Boyer gets a little too close, whistled for the foul. Just a second team foul of this second half on Hedgesville. That's Boyer's first. And we've got 10 seconds to go as Greenbrier East going to inbound from the sideline. Leading by 20. Caden Stewart gets it into Hannah Fuller. Fuller looks over the defense, now gets it down the corner to Caden Stewart. Now cross court, open the wing. Three from McClure, misses it all. Nice rebound there by Liz Wooding. She gets it to Fuller. Fuller's shot rims out on her, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. We've played three. Greenbrier East leads at 46-26. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
The power of three. Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. Three dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
Hi, I'm Janet Niehawk with S.J. Niehawk Lumber, your home solution for 75 years. Whether your project's small or large, we can help fill your needs. Good luck to the athletes and coaching staff of Greenbrier East Spartans for the year 2022-23. Go Spartans!
Our third quarter was all Lady Spartans as Greenbrier East outscores Hedgesville 21-10. And looking at the statistics, it's almost completely reversed from where it was at halftime. At halftime, Greenbrier East was shooting 25%. Hedgesville shooting 33%. Now after three quarters, it's Greenbrier East shooting 33%, and Hedgesville now down to 22% as Greenbrier East has made things tougher defensively for the Eagles, and Spartans have found some good looks on offense. There's another good look as Caroline Dotson fires it from the wing, strokes it through. Dotson's second three of the second half. She has 10. She's in double figures now, and the Spartan lead is 49-26. Now the ball's stolen away by McKenna McClure. McClure open lane in the basket. She's going to put it off the glass. Too strong, no good. McClure missed the open layup, and the ball is cleared now by Boyer for Hedgesville. Boyer back the other way. She's on the right wing, guarded by Ryan White. Has Caden Stewart come from behind her and tie it up. We're going to get a jump ball call, and a possession arrow will point back over to Greenbrier East. Oh, nope, it's going to be Hedgesville ball. The arrow was pointing to Greenbrier East, but the officials say the arrow was wrong, and they'll give it to Hedgesville now. Eagles get it into Boyer between the circles. She's guarded out there by White. She holds it between her head, now dribbles to her right. Now goes right wing to Laughlin. Laughlin tries to feed it inside. Ball's knocked away. Last touch by Greenbrier East. It'll stay with Hedgesville. 7:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Spartans lead at 49-26. Hedgesville looking to inbound underneath its own basket. They find a cutting Van Dyne in the lane. Van Dyne shot blocked by Caden Stewart, and Caroline Dotson controls the rebound. Dotson lays on the brakes, lets the defender fly by. Now gives it to Caden Stewart on the right wing. Stewart swishes one through. Caden Stewart hits another one. And Greenbrier East opens the fourth quarter with a pair of three balls, and they lead at 52-26. Here comes Lofton stepping through some pressure. She puts it up off the back iron, no good. Good rebound there by McKenna McClure, and she's hacked on the arm as she tries to get it out of there by Amelia Fouch. Foul called against Fouch, her second. Just the third team foul against Hedgesville. It'll be Greenbrier East basketball with 6:47 to go. And Greenbrier East wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. Lady Spartans lead at 52-26. Right here on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
Greenbrier East back on offense. Caroline Dodson has it on the wing. Now she feeds it down the block to Ryan White. White back out to McKenna McClure, open for a 3. This one no good. Good rebound by White as she goes strong into the paint, knocked to the ground. She's tied up there by Hedgesville's Amelia Fouch, and we're going to get a jump ball call. It'll stay with Greenbrier East. Love to see Ryan White attacking the boards. I called Kennedy Stewart, Dennis Rodman, as she was out there with her small frame last game pulling down the rebounds, and the girls said, no, that's Ryan's name. She looks like it right now. She's going after him hard. McClure on the wing, feeds it inside to White, now kick back out. McClure finds it again open on the wing. This 3 no good. She tracks down her own rebound this time. She's tied up there. And possession error this time points to the Lady Eagles. 6:14 showing on the clock. Greenbrier East leads it 52-26. Spartans have scored the first 6 points of the fourth quarter. It was 46-26 after 3. And the Lady Spartans have been able to extend that lead. After a slow start, they've controlled this one really well in the second half. Here comes Laughlin dribbling through some pressure for Hedgesville. Gets down the corner to Copenhagen. She puts up a shot just in front of the 2-point line. Just in front of the 3-point line, excuse me. They'll call it a 2. Makes it 52-28. Now Kennedy Stewart open for a 3 on the other end. Can't leave her open, and she strokes it through. Kennedy open again off the steal. This time 3 off the back iron, hits the top of the backboard. It'll turn back over to Hedgesville. Kennedy Stewart up to 16 points on the game. And Greenbrier East going to make some changes as Kiki Baggett comes into the game, as does Emma Palmer. Kennedy Stewart and Ryan White will take a seat. They've both played really well here tonight. As Boyer crosses midcourt, gets it to Laughlin. Laughlin now back to Boyer on the wing. Greenbrier East not letting Hedgesville get it inside. They tried to this time to Van Dyne. Caden Stewart temporarily poked it away. Van Dyne got it back, put up a floater, won't go. And Greenbrier East has the rebound. Here's Dodson with it now. As she crosses midcourt. Dodson feeds to a cutting Caden Stewart. Stewart back out to Baguette. She puts up a 3, no good. Battle for the rebound. Last touch by Hedgesville's Amelia Fouch. And it'll be Greenbrier East basketball. They'll set up the inbounds pass underneath the basket. Baguette goes to get the ball. 5:06 showing on the clock. 55-28. She gets it into Caden Stewart. Caden dribbles into the paint. Now kicks it back out to Baguette. She's open for a 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound into the hands of Van Dyne. Van Dyne now gets it over to Laughlin, and Laughlin's going to bring the ball up the floor. She crosses the timeline now. As she goes across court to Boyer. Boyer drives in, blazes off the glass, and scores. Maggie Boyer's played a great game so far for Hedgesville. She's up to 12 points now, and it's 55-30. Back on the other end, McClure found herself open on the wing for a 3. Doesn't take it. Instead goes back up top to Baguette, who gets it to Caden Stewart. Stewart dribbles through some pressure. Now goes down the corner to McClure. Now back up top to an open Dodson for 3. She fires it, spins out. McClure battles for the rebound, can't get it. Instead, in the hands of Copenhagen. Copenhagen dribbles into a trap, though, and Caroline Dodson ties her up. Possession arrow points back to Greenbrier East with 4:16 on the clock. 55-30. Greenbrier East leads it, 4:16 to go. Now Cadence deliberately brings the ball up the floor, running the point right now for Greenbrier East. As she calls out the offense. Cadence goes down the corner to Baguette. She tries to feed Dodson. Instead, it's stolen away. Here comes Fouch. Fouch has it poked away, and now Caden Stewart comes up with it. Steal by Stewart. Back come the Spartans. As Stewart crosses the timeline, gets it to McClure. Wide open left wing 3. Hits it. McKenna McClure, her third 3 of the game. He makes it 58-30. And there's Caroline Dodson stealing the inbounds. Dodson goes back to Caden Stewart. Stewart on the elbow, backs it out. Stewart now on the wing, goes cross court to Dodson. Dodson to Palmer, now down in the corner to McClure. McClure Back up top to Dotson. Dotson above her head. Now it goes down to McClure. Palmer inside and back out to Dotson as Greenbrier's passing the ball well in this possession. Now try to get it to a cutting Caden Stewart. Ball's poked away. Ends up in the hands of McClure. Open for a three on the wing. No good. Caden Stewart with the rebound puts it up and is tripped. She goes hard to the floor. And she'll be helped up by her teammates there, and she'll go to the line. See who this foul's against. It's going to go against Kelsey Van Dyne of Hedgesville. Her second. Just a fourth team foul, but Stewart was shooting on that one, so she'll go to the line for a pair. Stewart with 14 so far as she goes to the line, looking to add to that total as she makes that first free throw. Samantha Edwards comes into the game, and Annie Whited. And Ryan White going to come back into the game for Greenbrier East. Stewart will have another one, and she hits it. And she's going to take a seat as her sister Kennedy will come back into the game. It's 60-30. 3:15 still showing on the clock. Across midcourt is Maggie Bowyer. Bowyer looks into this 2-3 zone of Greenbrier East, has it stolen away by Caroline Dotson. Dotson out on the wing, gets it cross court to Edwards, passed a little too high, but Edwards able to track it down. Now gives it back up top to Dotson with inside 3 minutes to go. Annie White had open for a three from the corner, no good, but Ryan White tracks down the rebound. White, as she dribbles back outside, stepped on the baseline, and it'll turn back over to Hedgesville with 2:52. Spartans leading it by 30. It's 60-30. Boyer now swings it left wing to Copenhagen. Back up top to Boyer. She's been most of the offense for Hedgesville. Gives it back to Copenhagen. Right wing three is good. Rolls it home off the rim. Makes it 60-33 with 2:34. Kennedy Stewart gets a screen from Ryan White. Now dribbles back up between the circles. Dribbles with the left hand. Hands off to Dotson. Now down in the corner. Ryan White's going to drive the baseline. Puts up a shot blocked there by Natalie Yates. Hedgesville has it in the hands of Laughlin as she's going to cross midcourt with 2:13 showing on the clock. Right wing now to Copenhagen. She's guarded by Kennedy Stewart. Now back out top to Boyer. Boyer swings it left wing to Laughlin. She tries to drive against Dotson. Now goes back up top and sets it up. Boyer guarded by Annie Whited. Tries to create a little space with the arm. Now gets it right wing to Copenhagen. They're going to go back left wing now to Laughlin. As she looks over the defense, finds nothing, and they're going to go back up top and set it up. Now they feed it in the paint to Van Dyne. Van Dyne playing a little inside out. Gets it to Copenhagen on the wing. Her shot no good, but Laughlin tracks down the rebound. Now Whitehead steals it away, gets it in the hands of Ryan White for Greenbrier East. 1:37 showing on the clock. As Kennedy going to cross midcourt, Coach Jess is going to call a timeout to get some subs into the game. We're going to keep it right here as this is going to just be a rolling timeout to bring subs into the basketball game. Taylor Brammer coming in, and we will take a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Greenbrier East leading at 60-33. You're listening to Lady Spartan Basketball. Oldies 93 WKCJ.
Tamarack Marketplace in Beckley is the official road game stop of Lady Spartan Basketball, providing pregame meals for the players and coaches on every trip. Make Tamarack your pregame destination and enjoy sandwiches, wraps, soups, and salads, as well as a wonderful selection of entrees such as West Virginia rainbow trout, meatloaf with gravy, and chicken pot pie. Don't forget the delectable desserts, including Greenbrier peaches and cream, and an all-day brunch on Sundays. That's Tamarack Marketplace, the official road game stop of the Lady Spartan.
Finishing touches on another victory. Spartans lead at 60-33. As Kennedy Stewart crosses midcourt, she gets around the screen, goes down the corner. Now she's going to go back to the wing and gets it back up top to Caroline Dotson. Dotson goes down the corner to Brammer. Brammer drives in, throws it up off the glass, and is hacked on the arm by Copenhagen as she does so, and she'll go to the line for a pair. Taylor Brammer going to go to the line. Try to get her name into the scorebook here as she'll have a pair. Brammer's first one airballs as the horn sounds in the middle of her shot. She should get that one over, but I don't think it's going to happen. They fired the horn just as she was getting ready to shoot, and I think it distracted her as she put up the air ball, and she'll have one more. Brammer puts this one up and short off the iron. Rebound, Hedgesville. Yates has it as she crosses midcourt. She's guarded there by Brammer. Gets it back up top to Boyer. Boyer just inside the three-point line. Puts it up, no good. Rebound inside by Cooper. On the block, Cooper goes up and is fouled. That may be the fifth on Caroline Dawson. We'll see here. No, they called the foul instead against Ryan White. Her third as Cooper's free throw rolls out. She'll have one more with 1:02 showing on the clock. Lady Spartans lead at 60-33. Second free throw, strong off the back iron. Hannigan had the rebound, had it pulled away from her. It's Boyer with it now, going to fire another three from the wing. This one no good. And Kennedy Stewart gets the rebound. Stewart lets the defense fly past as she crosses midcourt. 47 seconds showing on the clock. 60-33. Stewart goes between the legs. Looks over the defense, man-to-man all the way here for Hedgesville. Stewart goes around the screen from Ryan White. Stewart now back up top to Dotson. She holds the ball above her head. Now gets it back on the wing to Kennedy Stewart. Cross court to Bree Hannigan. She puts it up, has her shot blocked. Ryan White controls the rebound. Gets it back to Kennedy. She fakes the three, now drives into the lane, puts it off the glass, won't fall. Rebound Ryan White. She puts it off the glass, gets it to go. White scores it to make it 62-33. Now 14 seconds on the clock as Hedgesville going to try to get off one last shot on the wing to Copenhagen. Now back up top to Boyer. Boyer drives in against Brammer, puts up a little floater in the lane, air ball. Ball saved into the hands of Kennedy Stewart, and that's going to do it. Final score here at Hedgesville High School, Greenbrier East 62, Hedgesville 33. We'll be back to tell you more about it on the Cornerstone IGA postgame show on Oldies 93 WKCJ.
Alcova Mortgage is here for good. We're locally owned, value great communication, and are committed to our Lewisburg community. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg, 304-645-2478. Or visit lewisburglender.com for your mortgage lending needs. Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender. Terms and conditions apply. All loans subject to credit approval. Alcova Mortgage Lewisburg.
Did you hear that? The State Farm thing. Dun-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Christmas!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Shirt, signs, and embroidery. For Southern West Virginia, we can handle all your needs. From signs to apparel to uniforms, we offer all the services that you're looking for. Choose Mocha, yeah, Mocha for embroidery and more. Call 304-772-4444.
The power of three: Greenbrier Chevrolet, Greenbrier Motor Company, and Greenbrier Ford. Three dealerships who pay the most for your trade. I'm talking up to 33% over what other dealerships will offer, and way more than you'll get if you try to sell it yourself. In fact, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. So not only are the Greenbrier dealerships the best place to buy a car, they're also the best place to sell your car. So get to the Greenbrier dealerships in Lewisburg today and convert that car to cash.
Hi, I'm Janet Niehawk with S.J. Niehawk Lumber, your home solution for 75 years. Whether your project's small or large, we can help fill your needs. Good luck to the athletes and coaching staff of Greenbrier East Spartans for the year 2022-23. Go Spartans!
The Bank of Monroe knows what it means to be local and support local. We are your neighbors. We grow as you grow. We are your local lenders, making local decisions. We are part of your community. The Bank of Monroe offers 3 locations in Lewisburg, Fairleigh, and Union with mobile and online banking. We are everywhere you need us to be. We care. Bank local with the Bank of Monroe. Visit us online, mybankofmonroe.com.
Marketplace in Beckley is the official road game stop of Lady Spartan basketball, providing pregame meals for the players and coaches on every trip. Make Tamarack your pregame destination and enjoy sandwiches, wraps, soups, and salads, as well as a wonderful selection of entrees such as West Virginia rainbow trout, meatloaf with gravy, and chicken pot pie. Don't forget the delectable desserts, including Greenbrier peaches and cream, and an all-day brunch on Sundays. That's Tamarack Marketplace, the official road game stop of the Lady Spartan.